Welcome to chapter 3. In this chapter 3, we are going to compare large language models. So you might have heard, okay, should I use OpenAI models? Should I use Claude models? Should I use Llama models? So in this session, we are going to understand how can we compare various models and what is the best way or what is the best model that fits our needs. What problem we are trying to solve? Have you seen, right, the in the previous sessions? So the Sarah, the HR manager, comes and asks the team. She heard that okay, there are Mistral and Code Llama models which are better. Why shouldn't we use that? So she come across multiple model names and post to the technical team saying that okay, why can't we use some other model than Llama models? So is there a direct answer for it? There is no direct answer for it. What we have to do is we have to test our need with these models and finally to conclude one. Now, yeah, let me go to the whiteboard to explain you this. So here we have our JVM and we have Ollama runtime. Now we are going to run two LLMs here. One is like Llama and other LLM we are going to run is like Mistral. So we are going to give the same question to both the models and we'll compare the output. That's what we are going to do. We are going to post the question, the same question that we asked for Llama, we are going to ask for Mistral and we'll compare the responses. We'll compare the responses and see which response is better for us. That's as simple as it. As usual, these are exposed as a REST API. I'm going to cover that. So you understand the overall architecture, right? The JVM, the Java Spring AI API is going to communicate with the Llama and Mistral model at the same time, and we are going to analyze the answers and decide one model that is best for us instead of believing with the claims made by the LLM vendors. Now, a a simple thing is like okay, uh, a simple chart if you want to, or this chart shows which is best for it. Suppose if you want to generate code, if you want to generate a Java application, if you want to generate .NET code, Java code, JavaScript, then Code Llama is the best LLM. So if you want to have a very strong reasoning, okay, if your language model needs to answer you a critical thinking or questions, okay, Mistral model is good. If you are running your LLM on a memory constrained environment, then Pi model, Pi 3 models are better. So then if we want to try multiple models, the first question you will get is it a configuration change or is it an runtime you can switch? Both options are there in Spring AI. You can have your model name defined here, or you can pass the model name as an argument. That simple it is. So if you pass the model name as an argument, then it communicates with appropriate model. The same thing, I'm going to cover the controller. It's one question. The whole goal is we will ask one question to the two models side by side, and we will compare the responses and make a decision which one is better for us. Yeah, let me go to the demo. So here, what I'm going to ask is I'm going to ask the question, okay, what is a good onboarding plan for a new software engineer? When a new software engineer joins our organization, the tech corp organization, I'm going to ask the Llama model and I'm going to ask the Mistral model and compare the responses. So if you see here, the same question, the response I got from the two models, one, it gave a comprehensive and Mistral gave a detailed plan. So it's up to us to choose which one is the better. The whole point here we are trying to understand is that using Spring AI, you can communicate with the multiple models at the same time. You're not bounded to one model. That's the whole point we are trying to understand. Let me go through the code. It's very simple. So this is a place where you pass the model name. So currently I'm passing the model name from the request, and I'm agreeing to the Spring AI, the prompt, the question, the prompt, the prompt, right? Which will set the persona for the LLM, and the question, the prompt, the question, and which model should I invoke? Should I invoke Llama model? Should I invoke Mistral model? That's that simple it is. Now you have seen the responses, and it's that it's not the technical team, it's about the product team, it's about the managers sit together and decide which model is giving again more appropriate answers. It's not only the appropriate answers, there are other factors also. What's the memory constraint of that model? What's the fastness of this model, the speed of that model? So those are also factors playing. Based upon everything, the team can collectively decide which model they can choose. For simple example, if you have a general QA, Llama 3.2 is better. So if you want a model to follow instruction following, so if you gave a set of instructions and a model needs to follow that and do some actions, then Mistral should be good. If you want to have a model which generates the source code, then Code Llama is the best one. If your memory is a constraint, then Pi models are good. Now, if a model has to generate multiple languages, for example, a model can generate English, a model can generate Hindi, then that capability, if you need, you can go for Gamma model. So these are the options we have. Now, in this session, we have seen uh, how you can interact with multiple language model LLMs at once without either using config or either using as a runtime. You interact with multiple language models, and you compared the multiple models response side by side. If you like this session, you can uh, hit the like button, then subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Now, the entire source code for this session, uh, the entire source code for this year's session is accessible in my GitHub repository, Spring AI with Ollama. You can see in the description of the YouTube video that has the links to there. And finally, quizzes. Okay, so there is a quiz section which you can go to my website and take the quiz so that you will understand what you learned in this session. And final note, yes, this is not my merit. I learned this whole thing from Spring AI and Ollama projects. The credit goes to the maintainers and creators of these projects. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much.